Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. Some days back, the likes of Senator Nnamani had called out the obedient supporters, especially those in Enugu and in Southeast generally, that they will be obedient, of course, to their party, which is PDP, and insisted that they cannot afford to lose their mandate both in National Assembly, House of Assembly, and the governorship election. Hence, he told off Peter Obi supporters and insisted that the Ebano family is obedient to PDP and no other party. Of course, the obedient family in Enugu and other parts of Nigeria fired back at him. It looks like Ebano, it looks like Nnamani, Senator Nnamani is not having it, as I have decided to list out the fate of Peter Obi supporters in Enugu and Southeast as a whole, and they have listed conditions. This is really getting interesting as the drama keeps unfolding every day. Well, before we go into the news proper, kindly subscribe to our channel. Click on the red subscribe button beside it. You will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let's hit the ground running. Senator Chimaroke Nnamani, representing Enugu East Senatorial District, has fired back at the supporters of the Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi. Recall that some days ago, the senator made a statement saying bye-bye for obedience. If you win, we will congratulate you. The senator said he is no longer a supporter of the Labour Party's movement, and he advised his followers to stop supporting Peter Obi's presidential ambition. After the senator made that statement, he received a lot of backlash when many of his followers on all his social media platforms coming against him. Responding to the backlash, Senator Nnamani called out obedience, saying that they are all noisemakers. They are loud, intolerant, and they only occupy 0.25% of the entire 200 million Nigerians. The senator said there is no such political party as Obedient Party. He said if Peter Obi supporters are only supporting him, why are there other positions using obedience for campaign? Labour Party is the only party recognized, not Obedient Party, he said. Let me quote him word for word. Remember, these advocates are noisy, loud, intolerant, condescending, but less than 0.25% of our 200 million population. That is a generous guess of those propagandists controlling the narrative, only a narrative. If obedient is Peter Obi, only why field candidates in other offices? Why do we establish foundation and beach heads for Labour Party? In battle, do you give invaders your beachhead to land? Please forgive my war analogy. For what of more graphic example, and now seek to drive them away? And Ebano family, answer my question. The answer is blowing in the wind, right? Senator Nnamani looked prepared to battle supporters of Peter Obi if they come after his statement on social media. Although Nigerians have reacted to this, hey, let's just feel the pulse of Nigerians. I guess Senator Nnamani is really ready for these guys. Honestly, they came for him. He replied back with orders. I guess he has a lot of time at his disposal. Let's feel the pulse. This one here said, no, they are all trailblazers. Another person here said, Mr. Nnamani, remember what we are looking for. We are looking for change. Change for president and change for old politicians and thieves. So don't stand on our way. Imagine along the Lagos road, there were hundreds of voters' cards dumped by the roadside. Is it not wickedness? My God! If this is true, that means these are the people who are all to, oh my God. I hope they will not disenfranchise those who are supposed to. I hope when it is time for people to vote, they will not deny the voters card. I need to look into this. The other time was Bayelsa in one forest in Bayelsa, uncompleted building. They hunters had to bring out this voters card and return it back to INEC office in the Bayelsa, where they heaped voters card. I don't know where they got it from. What's going on with this whole issue of voters card? The other time was Imo State. They got it from the gutter. It is getting alarming. Before now, voters cards were never found on the street or even on the road. Now it's election period. We are now heading towards the election. Few months into election, voters cards are now being dumped arbitrarily in some places. This is not nice because these are people's voters card and they may be disenfranchised. I hope this is not the newest way of rigging the election ahead of time. It will not be fair. Nigerians are ready to vote. Please don't disenfranchise Nigeria. Nigerians, if you feel you are popular enough and you have what it takes, do this clean and fair. Let Nigerians choose who they want as their president and their leaders as a whole. I think it's about time Nigeria should be sanitized when it comes to the issue of election. Just my personal opinion. But let's continue what Nigerians are saying as a whole. This one here is saying that is why all the road he constructed when he was the governor didn't last for 1 month, and now he's a senator. I don't know about that. I'm just hearing this for the first time. This one here is a Nigerian youth needs to know all about old politicians' past records. And that person here said 2023, we answer you. We will answer you that we are not noisemakers. If the country is working, you're supposed to have been in prison, either Kujo or Kirikiri by now. Looters. Wow, that's a strong statement. Well, I don't know, but let's just maybe as time goes on, we may need to look around who Nnamani is. But I don't know that Nnamani is a strong politician in Southeast. Why are they calling him all these names? Well, I wouldn't know though. Let's continue with it. This one here is saying these Igbo people are the enemies of themselves. One of the things I noticed about Igbo, this one is my personal opinion now. One of the things I noticed about the Igbo is that they don't hide their own corrupt politicians. So they bring them out and they expose them. That's one thing about if you do well, they will praise you to high heavens. If you do bad, they don't care. If you are an Igbo man, they will bring you out and they will expose you. They don't play tribalistic card when it comes to the issue of leadership and corruption. If you just enter their net, they give it to you. That's one thing I noticed about them. They don't try to say, let's cover. When Okorocha came out or not, they came for him. But if all tribes are doing that way to all their tribes, all their leaders and all that, by now Nigeria will be sanitized. Those who know that there are people who call them out for accountability, they will stay clear of political positions, especially leadership ones. Well, I guess that's just my opinion. Other people have been talking about this as well. This one here is saying, Mr. Man, you sound as if to say that you're living in another planet. If you still want to remain in politics, be obedient followers as we do because of you to have opportunities to see our principal is the toughest assignment. And that person here is saying, Oga, bad enough. Current government is a monumental all-round disaster. Don't add the gangsterism and criminality we experienced in Enugu when you were the governor. Remember that who are you to move around after 6 p.m. in Enugu town without being disposed of your possession? Oga, don't come and add Enugu people stress already. Stretched by the current incompetence that we are seeing right now. Enugu youth want to fix their future. I guess generally Nigerians want to fix their future and everybody all hands to be on their deck. But don't forget this. Senator Nnamani have opinion. He has the right to his opinion. No one should shut him up. Just as you have right to your opinion, there's what we call freedom of speech in as much as it does not infringe on another person. So please, if he wants to, advocate for his candidate, he's very much allowed. Let's do this sanely and let's do this with a lot of decorum. That's going to wrap it up. Let's put in our comment section what's your take. Have